Hi friends, welcome to this tutorial. We're starting with the
nipple to nipple measurement plus
divided
half
by 2
inch
plus half inch
sewing allowance. I'm
sewing
taking it
allowance.
down
I'm
all the
connecting
way
the line.
down and I'm connecting it.
I'm going to remove 5 inches to get my
off shoulder,
chest
and I'm
line,
getting my
breast point,
chest
on
line,
the
breast
bust,
point, on the bust,
my half length, and then
and
1
my half
inch sewing
length.
allowance. This is a
1
crop
inch
top.
for sewing allowance, like hemming
off shoulder
allowance.
bustier
Okay.
crop top.
I'm connecting
So
the
I'm
lines
connecting
now.
the lines.
Trying to label it. It's the armhole line, breast point, under bust, half length, and allowance, hemming allowance. So I'm taking my shoulder measurement. If you don't know how to measure your off shoulder, you can just drop it in the comment section, and I'll explain to you how you can achieve that. I'm taking whatever I got at my chest, I'm taking it down to the breast point and the on the bust. I'm not adding sewing allowance yet. So this is the waist measurement divided by 4. At the waistline, I'm going in by 1 inch, and I'm going out by 1 inch. At the bust point, I'm coming down by half inch and going up by half inch. At the under bust, I'm going out by 1 inch and I'm coming in by 1 inch. I'm going to connect the line, the waistline, to meet with the under bust. So with my curve ruler, I'm going to connect the under bust to meet with the breast point where I went down by half inch. Like so. I'll repeat it in the other side as well. So here, I'm going out by 1 inch. I'm going in by 1 inch. I previously went in and out by half inch, but the cup wasn't that curvy. So I decided to cancel the half inch and then extended it by 1 inch. So this is serving as our dot, and this one, and we're going to replace it. So we're taking out 2 inches here, so I'm going to replace it. And then add extra 1 inch or half inch for joining with the sleeve. So whatever I took out from here, I'm replacing it as well. I took out 2 inches, I'm replacing it. I'm going to add all those 2 inches both on the chest line, bust point, and on the bust. I'm replacing the 2 inches dot as well at the waistline. It's time for us to add our sewing allowance. I usually extend my sewing allowance by that 2.5 inches, but I had to make use of 2 inches because I'm cutting on a pattern. You can extend yours by 2.5 to be on a safe side. So I'm connecting the waistline to meet with the underbust. Taking our armhole now. I'm using the exact 8 inches I used for the exact measurement I used for the chest line. So I'm connecting it. If you're adding sleeve to your dress, this is how you cover it. If you're not adding sleeve to it, this is how you should draw your armhole. Now it's time to cut out. I'm cutting out with this because I'm going to add sleeve to it. Watch carefully as I cut out. This is how it looks. But we're going to add a neckline to it. If you want to leave yours straight like this, it's up to you. Or you can place it. Either you cut your neckline before, mark your neckline before cutting it, or you can place it like so, and take your neckline measurement and then cut it out. Always remember you must take off the off-shoulder measurement, which is 5 inches or 6 inches, depending on the one you made use of, and then get to the point where you want your neckline to get to. As you're marking it, do not touch that part where the sleeve will be joined together with the dress, so that you don't run short of your length, the length of the top. So you curve this way. This is how it's going to be after sewing it. And this is the look. Now we're cutting out the back piece. always remember to take off your 5 inches and also maintain the chest line you used for the front, so that one armhole will not be longer than the other. Just the chest line and then the full length of the blouse. That's all that is required for this back lines. You still repeat your dot measurement. The dot. That's nipple to nipple. Divide by 2 plus ½ inch. I'm going to measure it to get to the line, to the chest line. I'm going in by ½ inch and coming out by ½ inch. So I'm going to ignore that I did. I'm going to minus the 5 inches to get 10 inches. This is where the dot will get to. And I'll connect it like so. I'm just showing you how it should be, alright? If you're sewing it on your dress and the clothes you're making, this is how you should sew it. It's going to narrow from the top, then extend to the down. I'm repeating the shoulder measurement, okay? And as you can see, I folded 2 inches for zipper allowance. And I added 1 inch for joining with the sleeve. Now it's time to take our measurement. Just divide by 4 plus 2 inches. Sewing allowance. That's my waist measurement divided by 4. I'm going to replace this 1 inch like so, and then add 2 inches for sewing allowance. It's time to connect it. Now it's time for us to connect our armhole. So you don't necessarily need to cut it out, okay? I just wanted to show you how it would be after sewing it. You don't need to cut it out, you just sew it like so. Turn your fabric like so and then sew by ½ inch, but when you're starting from the top, you need to narrow it, and then be extending it gradually until you extend to get to 1/2 inch at the waistline, just the way I marked it. And this is how it's supposed to be. Just run a straight stitch like so, and that's it. I'm going to cut it out and then use a pin to hold it down so you can see how it will look afterwards. So this is how it looks. That gives shape, so it's always good, especially when you're sewing a body hug dress. You should ensure you put that to the dress. I'm going to open it up. The back part is usually 2 pieces, so I'm opening it. This is the zipper. Opening it up like so. So we are going to cut the neck line for the bag. Also minus your 5 inches, and then decide where you want it to get to. Cutting it out. How shoulder bustier always looks so beautiful. Now it's time to cut this sleeve. This sleeve is kind of a puff sleeve that has elastic at the shoulder and at the bicep. So this is the armhole measurement. If you want to get your armhole measurement, I think the best thing for you to do is first sew your dress. After sewing your dress, then measure your armhole and then cut out. It's just a straight sleeve, alright? No curving of anything, because we're going to put elastic both at the shoulder and at the biceps. That at the hem side. This side and here, elastic will pass through it to gather it, and here as well to gather it. If you have anything you find difficult, alright, just drop it in the comment section and I'll drop a clearer tutorial on whatever thing you're finding difficult, alright. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share. Thank you.